All right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash a like button, share, and definitely subscribe. And for the personnel that have already subscribe and became a member, massive respect to you lots. All right, so we had a story that we touched on, piece of that story. And today we have to really lament on it extra due to the fact that the person made an additional statement and persons came in the comment section. So I had to wrap everything up on a piece of paper here and go through all of that and give my point. So I would love for you guys to give your point down below as to the story. So anyways, what are we talking about? As you saw by the title, we're going to be talking about Chris Williams. Who is he? We're going to go through that right now, and then we're going to talk about all the key points and statements made via audio recording. All right, so Chris Williams appointed chairman of newly formed PFJL. All right, yes, and they're going to get into what is about. All right, co-founder and CEO of Proven Investment Limited, Christopher Williams, is the chairman of the newly formed Professional Football Jamaica Limited, PFJL. Keep that in mind. All right, Williams appointment was confirmed on Wednesday afternoon. The PFJL has now replaced the Premier League Clubs Association, which was in operation for 12 years. All right, Williams will lead the PFJL consisting of Premier League directors with responsibility to secure sponsorship for the league, which is tentatively set to start on November 14, and that was in 2020. Followed up 3 years later. He has done a successful job, because success is only based as to what your target sets at and also where you're coming from. So where they're coming from was a worse scenario, no problem. And take in who the person is. All right, he is the chairman of the PFJL. All right, yes. So let me get into what he stated. All right, the first conversation took place on explosion, which oral chases. So oral chase was actually having a conversation with him, and these are the statements that we're going to go through. The first statement that I wanted to tackle is, we want anybody with a DNA trace to come and play for us. I don't like that. I am not a fan of that. All right, so that is his statement. That's what he said first. All right, and that could range over the young players straight into the old players, and more likely with history, it would have been the older players he's talking right there, because with history we just got players started to come in at a younger age, and we're going to get back to that because he said something different in the second one, so we're going to get back to that. But with history, it was always the old players. So with the trace of DNA wanting to come and play, that don't kind of rub to the younger players, because we just started that program. He's not enthused with the Demarai Gray coming in. Also linked to the big players. All right, so the conversation was merely around the big players. That is what he stated in the first interview. All right, and then he went off on his own tangent to say that Jamaica should be relying on our own, and that is the statement that really that is the statement, that is the line that people keep on taking out of context. Our own. So he's literally looking at Jamaican Barnes as our own, not necessarily everybody with a passport and a legitimate proof to say that they are Jamaican. They are equal Jamaicans. So the ones that are there, that's what he's classing as our own. And obviously, that he has the job to make sure he gets the best out of the local league. That is true. But the fact that you're going to say our own, I think that's where you went massively wrong, because everything, everyone, it's one Jamaica. Jamaica's matter is out of many one people, not out of many land people. You understand me? So that's where he got it wrong, and that's where I thought he showed his true intention. So let me move on to the next phase, which is the secondary place, wherein which he already stated what he stated, so he had all reason to correct it. His first statement is, you heard the audio, so you heard what I've said, which he was done confirming what he stated first, and he stood by that one right throughout even the second program. So nothing what he said in the first program corresponded to what he said in the second one. This is completely different. So for persons that believes that he's actually explaining himself, no, he was giving you a different light to what he want to do now, but not his feelings. What he believes that could be a success for Jamaica, that is what he was talking about after. But he's telling you his true feelings at the top, and as to what he thinks should happen, and what should stop. All right, what should stop. So anyways, let me get into what he said on the second program. We should be focusing on our own again. All right, and our own, he went into more detail. Our own is the JPL and also the younger kids. So from grassroots coming up, that's what we should be focusing on. All right, yes, and if it was down to him, he would have taken, like for instance, we always talked about the coach. We always talk about the coach, and as to why we are hiring so much high quality coaches, but yet still putting in quota systems to not let the coach has 100% picking power. All right, so he's pretty much saying that why are we focusing on hiring higher coaches to bring in these to get the best out of what he stated first, up at the top about all of these guys coming in. So the high quality players, why are we trying to why are we trying to maximize that? Why we don't try get a coaching coach to get the best out of the coaches in Jamaica, then they can spread widespread around the country to improve the football. So pretty much he's saying, why are we just focusing on just that main thing right there? Why are we dispersing all of the funds towards that? Why we don't just make that program runs, and wherever it goes, and then majority of the money should go in the lower part, which some people said that they understood. Okay, no problem. But the problem here, where I think it's kind of baseless, is to state that Jamaica don't have a standalone system at the top at this moment. Our system that we have is we already have a core of players that can compete with the region as to what the region is today. So what the JFF doing now to get the best coach, to get the best out of them, I don't see the problem right there, because we have a core of players that are from local: Leon Bailey, Shamar Nicholson, Cephas, Damian Lowe, Andre Blake, and then we have all the other English born and American born coming in to make a core of players, and them seeing that opportunity to go out there and trying to maximize the profit of that, then could use the profit of that to focus down below. I don't see it as a problem at no point. I think it's actually a sensible statement right there, because the problem is, you are in your same statement, you're acknowledging that we don't have coaches to expand to the entire country. All right, so we have to try and educate them. So that will be a stretch of maybe 3 to 5 years. All right, and then after 3 to 5 years, you will have to start from the grassroots as to what you have stated. All right, so the grassroots is from 7 years old, or from maybe 6 years old up to 14. All right, so that in itself you're looking at before you can get the plan in full effect. 35 years, 35 years. So that is 35 years as to what everyone will have as a head start, and they're already better than Jamaica at that point. So that statement there showcasing that it wouldn't make any sense, to be honest. All right, and then the final point that I'm going to discuss, because this will be too long, maybe I will have to do it in a live format and others could drop the rest of the points. Build the locals to be like track and field. Jamaica is definitely good at track and field. They are up there, and maybe neck and neck with United States, because United States have been the ever present dominance in track and field, but Jamaica is right there with them now. All right, and maybe for a good stretch, Jamaica was always there with them. Yeah, fair enough. First thing, track and field. You only have a few. The relays would be more than one person's involved. So it's not necessarily like football. So it's going to be harder for we to put track and field and football side and side, due to the fact that capitals come in a little bit different. When a person win a one race, they get their own money back, and also other persons are willingly ready to sponsor that individual. Well, Jamaica is struggling to get sponsors at this point, and the only funding that they truly have is coming in from the FIFA money. All right, and that comes in 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 increments over a 4-year span. All right, so is that good enough to cover everything, to get everything up to scale, to even fit in the 35-year challenging report? I think not. I think not. We have to get way more money, and he never dug deep in that that money part, where would have gotten all of the money to get everything done. So it's going to be tough. All right, and the money that the Jamaica Football Federation getting, I don't think it could have fulfilled all of what you're saying. All right, so I think what JFF did was much more of the smarter option of trying to make sure they spend the money on the only possible outcome: the girl football and the boy football at the highest level, because they do have the people to compete in the region and to qualify for those events. And then now you get triple the money off what you have gained from FIFA, and maybe sponsorship would come on board, and then you could trickle it down into the youth program. All right, but at this point I don't see Jamaica having the funding and the additional resources aside from the physical capital. I don't see we have that to even set a proper infrastructure right now. The best infrastructures inside Jamaica right now are actually private owns. Private owned places. So that itself showcase a lot. All right, so I think his statement right here, I think you need to sit down with persons inside the footballing world and make sense of what he's trying to achieve. But as to what he's saying now, I don't think it's possible, and I just think it's going to seek division, and that's why I said it's one Jamaica or no Jamaica. You understand me? If you can't look at everybody that link to Jamaica as Jamaicans, I think that's where you go wrong, because Jamaica is always strength in numbers and strength in the motto for me. All right, and he comes off a little bit wrong, not a little bit wrong. He comes off as big time wrong as to how he tried to put himself, and none of the statements that he made made him look better. None. If you listen through both of it and you're honestly true to the Jamaican motto, you're going to see that he's pretty much trying to stay on a national side rather than objective personnel. All right, yes, I think that's where it reaches. And the problem is, guys, obviously people dub me as, oh, I only want always overseas people to play for Jamaica, so I am in that box. But every one of the others are in the box of the locals, so that's why they're going to make it seem as if, like what he's saying, is actually something good. No, it's not something good, guys. I'm telling you that it is pretty much divisive at this point, because the fact you can't understand that everybody is Jamaican, and trying to twist one story to the other. No. And tell you what, he never tried to twist one story to the other. Others tried to twist one story to the other, but he never tried it. He told you what he's saying from day one. All right? Yes, so I'm going to leave it right here. Let me know if you guys want me to lament on it, and we could do it a next time. But as for now, this is what I got out of the two statements, and they're out there, so you can go and get them for yourself, and you realize that what he was saying at the top is nothing to what he said at the bottom as well. All right? Yes. So take care, smash the like button, and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Peace out.